mustard seed in the earth plane. Now, I know I'm decorated, and we're not going to talk about all of that. Because it's all about, I'm at home. I'm not afraid of myself anymore. Though I had good reason to be afraid of me, let alone you or anyone else. Anybody? Needless to say, I should have been afraid of me. Let me see, can I hold my point? And why I speak to you this way, in truth and love. In my heart, I've got to be frank. It's true about me. For I would deceive myself into believing a lie. If I whisper to the contrary of the reality was here. Knowing thyself is what I lacked as I was afraid. Right out the womb, I knew it was a problem I had to face. Somehow. No, I didn't get my lifetime. I'm already out the womb. Not knowing myself. Up until that point, I had no knowledge of self. Nor my delusion. Although I'm going to brighten up in here before it's over with. Because I always like to get the good news first. And you'll see why I say that to you now. Later on, stick with me. Because I love you as myself. Because we are connected by the mustard seed in the earth. Play as day and night. In the twilight, in between, know thyself is your purpose. To know in the ripple of your soul, spirit, and body, they're in unison. United we stand. And I know you, my kinfolk. For flesh, animate, and solid, you are my spirit and my bone. You come from my essence of my mother and my father, who are one and not twain. As you are told, how could they be and not be me? Let me tell you the truth for a change. I'm a warrior from before, and I asked to come here. I don't know what all I'm going to say during this message, but I'm going to let it hang out as long as I can. From my heart with the message for the mustard seed in the air. Play. That's the good news. Kin folk, you hear my voice, and I feel your pain. 'Cause you don't know if I'm right or wrong. I say, let the heart judge me. 'Cause that is who am I speaking to, not you. 'Cause I don't know you and what you've been told, of which you believe. It's not me. I'm Johnny, as you see. Come lately, I meant to be here at this time. It ain't late for me. I'm right on time. I lay dormant for 3 years after the military. Times 10. 30 years. Before I was reminded, I promised to come here. I would sleep for 3 days and 3 nights. A decade times 10, I had promised. And when I was reminded of who I am, who I am, and who you are, it looks like I got 2 more times 10 decades. We'll call them 50 years. I promised this testimony would be dormant, held back against my will. But as I willingly conceded to be here today to talk to you, to tell you who you are in the earth, the universal. Get up in order of all things, seen and unseen, is you are. Flesh and blood, spirit, soul, and body of my mom and my pop, who are one, not twain. Or else how could I be? I come to tell you, I know who I am. I'm not afraid anymore. No way, no how. The least bit am I afraid anymore. I know they're coming for me because I planned it right on time. Because I know I have transitioned from fear. That's part of being a warrior in the fullness. Although I be a child and a boy of all those that love me, yet I'm a warrior in the ranks, all of them. And though I shall be translated before you, anyhow, it is not in dishonor or deceit. It's what a warrior come to do, so he can elevate his presence in the next plane with all of you that he loves. He has grown in muscle and strength and character of nature of life in all of a vessel. and the perps shall see him again. Psychopathic maniacs as they are, corrupting the nature of the very essence of God in a mustard seed in the earth plane. How dare them offend all the Most High God as they seek and call for his presence and favor they can't have like they call for it. The warriors get all of that for their mission. That seemingly impossible to even the very wicked in control as they believe. They never have been. We've been waiting for this day to join the warriors of heaven and earth in truth and battle. Let's throw down. If you think the flesh shall hide you anymore, with your wickedness, how could you believe that? Forever, you deceived your own damn selves. The worst of you are your own worst enemies. You don't hear my voice, though. You think I'm a fool in the wilderness, crying aimlessly and without merit? Let me show you what time it is. Right now, the world ended 60 years ago, plus. All of you that don't know, I know what time it is. And time is out for the ignorance and the self-destruction in the earth plane. Without contestation, in the heart of the Spirit of all man, that I love and that love me in or out of a body. They're more than what you see. 50 years ago, they got a clue. My life was threatened, physically so, as a young warrior in the U.S. Army. Behind evil wickedness of all the armies were the conspirators, not the true warriors of heaven and earth, cowards hiding in the clutches of the manipulation of lies and destruction of all mankind and his kin. On earth, they don't give a damn, or in heaven. But there's an army in the universe they don't know about. They heard rumors. They've been trying to visualize the reality of the answer of the heart. What is it for? And who are you to have one and not use it? They tell you the most powerful on the earth plane. You see what they do It brought about you and me. Some do and some don't. No. Themselves. Because they've been lied to. Programmed. To not know they're their own worst enemy. In the hypnotic genius of their own adversary, which have become themselves. For the most part, not all. Those are the ones that hear my voice and will rise above destruction and condemnation of the spirit, soul, and body. My God, come to give you a message. He calls out to you in love of who you are. Precious as the earth is and all its jewels. No, not one is missing. No, not one is missing. You're all present in the earth, in or out of the vessel. I'm glad. I'm glad about it. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad about it. Hallelujah. Father. Mama. Thank you. Allowing me to know myself. And I feel all my brethren right here, right now, doing the whole thing, testing me for security reasons. Calling on the warriors. Come on now. I see you here next to me. Help me. Hima. Hapaya. Hapala. Attention! Come on now. Attention! Come on now. Warriors from before are here right now. Talk to me. Tell the people what to do. They don't know. It's true. What to do? That's what's wrong from before. I know, my brother. What to do? That's to try. I call upon you. Talk to the people. Hit it. There come a time. Come face to face Talk about all the love. Blessed be the children. Line up, all of you. Hey, care for one or two. Hey, man, now. What will you pay for the children? Hear me now. There's another drive. I'll call for you. Hear me now. What will you pay for the children? I'll pay all. There's nothing I wouldn't pay for all of. That's one. I know what I'm talking about. In 1971, 50 years ago, I stepped up then, and I was afraid of myself. For all my little so-called ignorant black, so-called ignorant white, so-called anyone in their dream. I stepped up then. For one, I did. And the wicked one hiding in the trenches. During my tenure at Fort Ord in 71, many of the soldiers know what happened. They know there were some injustices, to say the least. Not just with our own children, not even men yet, before they were forced to lay it all on the line, that they wiggled in and wiggled out with their favoritism of paying the price for the unity of this nation and the land they bear forth the fruit that provided for all our posterity for thousands and thousands and thousands of years before you even knew yourself. None of you in the face of the earth, let alone before, had you had a clue, you would do what I would do. Ask to come here. Let me down, I'm coming back for you. Judgment day is upon you, and I want to be there with you. For if you were the one who hurt me, as the mustard seed in the land called earth, willingly, I have no pity on you at all, no respect whatsoever. But even in the worst of you, your ignorance shall be rewarded. You had 60 years of knowing this day had arrived. When the people hear my voice in their hearts, don't matter whether you see me, you're going to see me. I got a joke I'll give you one day. It was a famous comedian. This said, to the man who was warned about his conduct and affiliation in the earth, he begged, as it was a magician, not I. That's why it's a joke. I don't play like that. Young and hard and call a boy out of respect by my loved ones. I'm not ashamed. Boy this and boy that. And baby boy, we love you and we with you wherever you go. That's what the warriors tell me from before. That's why in 71. The records are in the archives. Of the military confinement quarters. Of the documentation of what went on. I'll bear witness to my side, never been told before. With honor or respect. But the men that serve there, you ask them if any of them draw breath as I, they'll bear witness to the fact. And before that, as I asked to come here, in the neighborhood in which I grew up, yes, I was corrupt. As when I see you, I see me. As I was before the transition. Long before I even knew, I was afraid of myself because I didn't know why or what. Was the reality of why I was afraid of me. The kindness and love of this person I know in search of God since the age of 2. When I witnessed my mother and father at war, and he had recently, my father, a discharged veteran, without employment, and 2 children, both of which conceived during wartime. That's me. Never had a physical birthday party till I turned 70 in the earth plane that I could remember. I wasn't happy about it, but I'm pleased. Because the joy that I realized, I would have been jumped up and down all day long, having a wonderful time. Just brought so much tears I couldn't move. Had my great-grandbaby there. When 50 years ago, they tried to deprive me of her. And I'm so thankful. The warriors in heaven talk to me. That's why I'm here talking to you today. But they told me they was coming for me. I've been granted 50 years and 5 children and grandchildren combined. That's enough for what I was given. More than I ever expected. But I know that's just a toast of the awesome love and appreciation that illustrated to me it is the Most High's gift. When he stopped three of my destroyers against one. Not because of me so much as they thought, but something far greater going on today. They knew it was coming. They soon figured it out. And so did I. However, the men that serve that would have died, they know who they are if they live today. And they serve with me. Because they were willing to stand up and say enough injustice in the U.S. Army camp. We complained to the elders in uniform. And even those without, as in Washington. Somebody heard us though. But not before the men said, we've had enough private rain. Why me? Because after all, going up the ladder of the chain of command in petition of the assaults and attacks, as in our race, not our purpose. Our color or your skin complexion. A group, a posse of vigilantes was allowed to operate on the fort in abundance. Knowing it's wrong, it went unchecked to the men, grew so tired and disillusioned about their purpose there. They've been snatched from their homes. Many of them drafted for that Vietnam War. In 71, January 27. None of whom, including the adversary or the men, that were trained and beguiled to be destructively and offensively aggressive with unarmed goal. They know in their hearts, as I do too, why they did it. As I said, the men grew tired. They came to me in the off-duty time. Said they're so tired. None of their positions answered or addressed. Many of them beat by 4 times the opposition. 4 to 1, some cases 10 to 1. No! Just stood there in amazement, let alone without any support, someone way or another. Did they stop it? They allowed it. They didn't check their own. This is what's wrong with us. Those that don't know who we are, and we're never taught. Clearly demonstrated. It frustrated them in to the point they wanted to riot. I call it that. They wanted to rebel. I call it that. Conglomeration of emotions. In a ripple effect. Physically, spiritually. And in their soul. They said, we tired. You either with us, private rate, or against us. They remember who they are. Many of them I had never really looked face to face and eye to eye because they were ashamed of themselves. Now the adversary that dominated them without discipline. Many of whom were innocent no more. Than the Sunday school kids singing in the choir that joined because he thought the purpose was worthy and not a lie. As the Vietnam War in most wars, even with your own self. Let me add that. They came to me and threatened me. Why me? I wasn't jumping on nobody. I didn't sign up with none of that. Being jumped on or jumping on nobody. Why? I'm either with you or against you. Now that I look back, I recall during wartime, between then and now, I heard a president say, you either with us or against us. They went to eliminating folk. Directly or indirectly. They were behind walls many times. And that was the main speech. The allies that wanted peace. Even our own country that wanted peace many times was overruled, telling the country, you either with us or against us. They didn't care. if they didn't eliminate you from even speaking again, ever, in a public or private sector, let alone what else they might threaten to do to your family if you didn't go along with their program. Evilness. Even unanimous. And sometimes, just because one is president, don't mean he backed all of that. But if he didn't step up to the contrary, he played a part nonetheless. Ain't afraid to tell the truth. That's what I've come to tell you. When I see you, I see me. When I see you, I see me. I'm a warrior from before. I know who I am. And I know my purpose. And I know who our mother and our father is. If you wanted the mustard seeds and don't know who the hell you are. Because you in hell. You just don't know who you are. Who in hell you are. United as the mustard seed is what the enemy fears. I come to unite you anyhow. The ancestors of my foremothers that walked this land before visitors from another planet or another mindset in the earth. From the universe or the dissension thereof be the place you don't know about for a clue. I come to talk to you, to tell you who you are in the earth plane. Your family, you all are given the treasures in the earth and bound in or out of a body. But you don't claim your birthright if you don't know and accept that which you are. When they came and threatened me, realizing my greatest fear was no longer present. Conversation I never had before with myself emerged from my lips to say, to the contrary, I'm not going to do nothing with y'all, so-called Negroes, black folk, brown folk, white folk, whatever kind of folk. You're one, and you didn't do nothing but tear up your own neighborhoods. And you blackballed in selection of the cream of the crop to rise above them. You lied. You destroyed. You defiled. the gift of a mustard seed in the earth plant. That hell you did in the earth plant can never be forgiven. No one guilty will ever get away. All must be paid in a balance. And as you earn your stripes of multiplicity of a lifetime, in your debt, to life itself, check you out in your demise. Brought on self. I implore you, wake up. To know yourself. Reclaim the life you once had. Possibly or not. In your understanding. Or recall. Throughout ages and dispensations of time. Here and now, I was connected before 20 witnesses. As there were 12 to 15 minimum came the bags in which I slept and shared with 40 American training soldiers. Training and going along with discrimination and segregation and denomination and domination. They are as guilty you have made them as your evil selves stood by for decades. You become as they are in the balance of the judgment. I'm talking to you on the left. Yeah. In the camera. It be on my right. And I'm talking to you on the right. In the camera. It be on my left. But mostly, in the highest essence of what is called God, though hardly any have a clue of the essence of God, as you call her, him, they are one. You can argue if you want. How would you see me? Or are you? If that was true. What you say? One can't do it. United is the nucleus of one. In representation in the flesh, lust dwell all time, let alone ages and dispensations as in however many years. However many years. Present to the day. As this is to come tomorrow. Reality or not, the world has already ended. In your understanding. Or not 60 years ago. As in 1,000 years. Is one day. Calculate your year as 1,000 years. Been ended. Meaning, there's never, as it's written in all your literature, a record. Has there not been war? In all the time, let alone ages and dispensations. 60 years in imagination. That the world's ended without you knowing it. They kept you so entertained in death and destruction, you never noticed that it was all every day, every way. You were destroying yourself recklessly because you didn't respect or know yourself, firstly. And you didn't know who God is, was or ever will be. That's what I come to tell you. That mustard seed in the earth is you. And those that hear my voice can change the universe, starting with earth. That's where we are located. Until my transition, I will be here with this message every week that I have breath. And it will multiply in triplicity, 3 times in my absence in the same amount of time. As is one day, it's 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is just one day. So as you see it rippling through the earth plane, and you'll see the message that I was given in my heart that I come to tell you. Beloved, so-called whatever, if your heart is wicked, you'll lie. Either way it go. And the flesh has never been in to be out. That's a warrior speaking the truth. The angels, they don't talk about no flesh. You hear some angel, oh, they talk about the white angel or the black angel? Or did they say they was on the same team or what? Well, of course, they're going to corrupt. Now, you already in the earth plane, then heard all what they done said. I'm here to tell you, you see this hat? It's just as much white as there is black. It's the way you perceive it. Because in a little dab of do you. The mother is the Mother Earth. Certainly looks bigger than the sun from the distance of your understanding and perception, that is. So I want to say to you, I don't have a script. I am the script. Written with the love and the blood that brought life to the warriors before. The warriors here and now, and all those to come. You see, they say it had never been a time, but I'm saying there's an end to all things except the mustard seed. And when the mustard seed knows itself, there's more in creation called life, and more abundantly so. And it doesn't conflict with one another either. That being said, family, mountain. The wind, the sea, face to face. I see your face. Beloved, I love you. Even in the ignorance of yourself. I got, I cannot help it. Oh, healer of my soul. Healer, healer, healer that I know. Also, mighty. My oh no! Thank you, Healer. Thank you, Healer. Thank you. Heal the land. Heal the air. Heal the water beneath the sea. Beyond the mountain. In the sky. There I see you. I see I. What now? Beloved, from my heart, I come to tell you about yourself. Also, mighty be, beloved. Oh, praise all get out. Let me say, holy, deceived. In the mountain of the breeze of the wind, softly upon my heart. That's right, beloved. Ah, reality. Oh, reality. For the love of me, I want you to see. For sure. As I tell the truth about you. Precious in the earth, mighty and awesome too. That's you. Don't know who, though. You got it twisted. Don't know yourself. No matter what they say your color is. Know yourself as the mustard seed. Don't disinherit yourself either. We're at war. As I was brainwashed. So was my earth. Mother and father. In ignorance of themselves. But I see them as they really are. And wonder why they act that way. Because it wasn't like them. From my remembrance of myself. Little did I know they was tricked. Misguided from generations before. Time itself. Time wasn't even thought about. As we call it. The essence of the recall. So anyhow, I do. You get all these clues in or out of a body when you know the truth about you. The giant in the earth. You are the living God. Some of you anyway. That means some ain't. They manufactured. Although the essence of God, they be. They have no knowledge. Absolutely no knowledge of self. That's what I've come to tell you. Let's find ourselves first. Then we can assemble. We know who's present at all times. Yeah, ages and dispensations alike. Yes. Even in eternity more so. Then there's always a wise idiot. Striving to demise the kingdom. I know I'm going to need some rest. By next week, everything is on my plate. It's all about the battle. Paying the right amount of taxes to him that is worthy, not the imposter, not the liar, no more the cheat. We need a new world, for sure. A new system of operation, at best. For even the thought of continuing on in the rat race that it has become. Yeah, they eat each other. It's a clear sign of self-destruction. Seemed like food was an scapegoat and a camouflage, because they ain't eating that no more. They didn't poison all that. They didn't monopolize the seed that you can't feed yourself no more. And you allowed it. But just like you allowed it, you can disallow it too. You can vote to change things. You can't keep letting them railroad you to destruction. As the beef or the birds in the food chain and supplies. What are we going to do? Keep accepting and being afraid to make a change? To protect and preserve ourselves, our children of the world. Enough of the nonsense. Of self-annihilation. How can we go to the universe? Who's going to allow us to come there? With the reputation that precedes us. Well, what my fault? Many of us testify. Those that don't know themselves, the main one. And you are not opposed, you are for, as they represent your vote. They're going to make it up for the election. You have no control over the say-so of the people. You must control yourselves. Nonetheless, or you will pay the price of the adversary as well. Today is what time it is. And I'm not afraid, because it shall hasten even their personal demise in my absence. For when the tide turns and the warriors of the universe visit them and their children's children, they will be held responsible. As it will be them again in heart of confusion, that their God too in a vessel, alien or native. It is so anyhow. It is all his substance, his trees, his leaves, his branches, and all that is known and unknown. Known and unknown, all of it is his. That you can see, and that you can. Though I be right in your face. You see a shadow. But I know who you are. The concern and issue of importance is, do you know yourself? Are you allowing yourself to be who you were taught and what you were told? For never not visiting the heart is your worst enemy. The heart will not lie to you. Your blood pressure will go down. Your issues will cease. The healer is present in you. You are the mustard seed, and you summon all things of that percentage that you are in the earth plane. You don't know your greatness. Everything is you and a part of you. And you don't have a clue as to you and who you are. This is a perfect riddle, hidden in a mystery, wrapped in an enigma. Now, how you going to figure that out? Just realize it when your heart speaks to you. I'll be there. In front and behind, left or right, all night and day, they're here with you, watching you, judging you in your ignorance of yourself. They have pity. They applaud my message. I know. Yeah, they do. That day has come for me to tell you. And I shall not hold back. 50 years is enough, I promise. And I fulfilled my promise. And I got my day. And it will never end. warriors to protect as a purpose the children, the mothers that are the gateway to the connection thereof between the seen and the unseen, as it were, those in heaven and earth. There are some seen and not seen, but they exist. Those are the ones that are the mighty warriors when they give their life for the mother and father's offspring. Certainly the mother, who is the father. And so is he her in the offspring. And there we be as one. All three in ripple effect, as it were, yet one. Spirit, soul, and body. When you receive the attributes of the Almighty, Most High God, as you call the name, I call the name, Mama, Papa, I love you. I'm your son. Isn't the father who protects the mother to clothe the child? I am with you always, not distant hell on earth or anywhere in the universe. Shall I not enter to speak to you, to tell you who you are and what you deal with, whether you deal with the knowledge of the truth or suspect it as a lie and never know. And search in your heart where you will find the truth. I'm giving you a clue. Hey, as I love you, and I'm going to give you all the clue you need. And I've come to tell you that personally. I asked to come here. I don't know if I ever get another time to speak to you on this venue, but I will speak to you again, even in your mind, in your heart. For I am a warrior from before. And I've come to tell you so. I love you, beloved. Hell. Before I go, let me call out all those that came with me. I have to do that righteous salute and ceremony on the left and on the right. I love you all. Hey ho hey, ha ha hey ha ha ho, hey ha ha yeah, the warriors from before. Mohel, Mohel, Mohel. Yeah. Your presence. I thank you. General of the western flank from before general from the eastern flank, from the foe. Those be in the north or the south, from before until this day, I summon you in war time. In war now. In truth. What I'm going to do? Let innocent lives in the balance. I ask eternal life. All of them. To know your love at war time. In truth. Because of you and your love. Let them know it's true. The enemy must pay. Its crimes shall not go unpunished. In a multitude of understanding why they're condemned. Knowing is one thing and understanding is the addition they must have. Knowledge of every crime and the balance of the evil he brought upon the seed of the earth plane, not knowing themselves. All right, I know you're tired of hearing me. If you're part of the opposition, I know it's true. I need to take a walk. Let me in the stream. Next week, I'm going to do my best to speak again. Although may not be equal duration, it's just what my heart has to say. I'll be done. That's why I came to you this way. It's been over 2 hours and a half. By my clock, an hour and a half. An hour and 10 minutes, give or take, was not part of this broadcast. I'll see if I'm allowed to regurgitate from my heart. I know I have, and I know I will. Thank you, beloved. Share and like, or send a message. I'll do my best to review every one of them, if possible. In or out of a vessel.